Hi there guys, welcome back to Byte Review. This time we're looking at Sony's new full frame 50mm f1.8 prime lens, or their new nifty 50 if you will. It comes in at $250 in the US and translates to a really unfair 240 quid here in the UK. But let's start with the build quality first. The lens is made of plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap in any manner, and it also keeps it super lightweight, giving a really nice balanced feel to it while it's attached. It looks right at home actually on the A7 series, and looks and feels just right, if that makes any sense at all. The focus ring is also really nice to use. It's very smooth and it's great for manual focusing, whether that's in photo or video mode. The bayonet is also made of metal and it connects really nice and firmly to the body, so overall I haven't really got any complaints with how this lens looks and feels. So let's get straight down to business and discuss the autofocus, which has been widely talked about online. So what's it really like on a day-to-day basis for a hobbyist like me? Well, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not overly quick. In fact, it can be rather slow indeed. It does hunt around for focus a lot of the time, and it's not as quick as the kit lens, or any other lens I've used in fact for the Sony. It's quite a noisy beast as well, if that matters to you. Also, just so you're aware, I am using the latest firmware for my Sony, which at the time of filming is 3.10. I took it with me to Comic Con this year, where I missed quite a few shots while walking around because of this, whether either it took too long to focus while I was walking, or totally missed the focus in general. Even when the subject was rather clear, it would miss or just hunt for too long. So it's not fantastic if you need to be quick. If you're into street photography, it might actually be quite a hard sell for you. So case in point here, I asked these guys to pose for a picture and the camera hunted for such a long time it almost became a bit awkward, which was a total nightmare. However, it's not to say it always missed, because it did pull some really nice shots out of the bag as well. I found it to hit focus probably about 60 or 70% of the time, and it produced some nice shots that I'm really happy with. And sometimes it would outright surprise me, even though I thought there's probably no chance of me getting the shot of this lens on, especially in the live music setting. If you do have time to line up the shot, then I'm sure you'll be happy with how the lens performs. It really showed its stuff for portrait photos, and it was pretty much perfect for the situation I was in. Everything came out nice and sharp despite me stopping down between f1.8 and 2.8, and I was really happy with the results. What I'll do is I'll leave a link to the entire photo album so you can check the quality for yourselves. Another thing I always look for in a lens is what the continuous autofocus is like in video mode. So what's it like here? Well, again, it's not the best. It's rather slow at finding the focus when the focus point does change, but it is very accurate when it gets there. It just takes that a bit longer to do so. If you're thinking about using the lens for vlogging or holding things up close to the camera and then bringing them away, it might not be quick enough for you. For all intents and purposes though, I bought this lens because I wanted it for video, so if you're wondering what the lens is like for that, then have a look at my Samsung Galaxy S7 review video, in which I used the lens pretty much consistently. The lens isn't optically stabilised, but I was happy with its performance. I mainly make use of a tripod and manual focusing anyway when I film, so for me it does make sense. Last but most certainly not least is, does it bokeh? And well, with an f-stop of 1.8 of course it does. You can get lots of lovely bokeh balls with this lens and blur your background really quite smoothly in the right scenario. You can also dial in as much depth of field as you like with your shots with the wide range of aperture. It's fantastic for isolating a subject and stays pretty sharp wide open, so for me there's no real complaints here. So rounding up this review, the plus points are certainly the lightweight build and the smooth focus ring, and the minus, well, is obviously going to be everything based around that autofocus. That's all from me. I hope this video shed some light on the Sony 50mm for you and gave you enough footage to make up your own mind about it. Hopefully Sony will push out a firmware update soon to resolve some of those autofocus issues. Until then, thanks for watching this video and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.